In this video, we'll be sharing information on the proposed City of Minneapolis alley construction project, Special Assessments. This information comes from the Public Works, Transportation Engineering, and Design Division. Special assessment is a tax that the City of Minneapolis collects for improvements or services we provide that benefits your property. The topics we'll be covering includes how assessments are calculated, interest rates and the term of assessment, payment options, and information about the public hearing. We'll also list resources and contact information if you have questions about your assessment. We use two components to calculate special assessments for alley improvements in Minneapolis. The first component is the full square footage of properties abutting the alley to be improved. The second component is the uniform assessment rate for the proposed improvement. Assessments are calculated by multiplying these two components. City Council reviews, updates, and approves uniform assessment rates every year. The uniform assessment rate is the same for each type of improvement for all similar projects throughout the city. The 2026 uniform assessment rate for alley construction projects is 56 cents per square foot for both residential and non-residential properties. The square footage of all properties that abut the alley to be improved is included in the assessment calculation. These properties are assessed for the alley improvement regardless of the current location of the driveway or other configuration of the property. In this example, all the properties shaded in blue and pink would be assessed for the alley improvement, while those in white would not because they do not abut the alley. This example shows how your assessment is calculated using the dimensions of a standard residential lot. The total square footage is determined by multiplying the length by the width. This number is then multiplied by the uniform assessment rate. Since not all parcels are the same size, your assessment amount may vary from your neighbors. Special assessments over $150 are collected in 10 annual installments. Special assessments of $150 or less will be collected in one installment. To pay the assessment on these terms, you do not need to take any action in advance. Hennepin County collects payment through property taxes after they're levied. Typically, this begins the year after construction. Once they are levied, simple interest is added to the assessments at a rate that is tied to the sale of municipal bonds used to fund the project. The Minneapolis Finance Department provides updated interest rates each year. Each repayment term is assigned an interest rate. The assigned rate is fixed for the term of the assessment. The current interest rate for 10-year assessments to begin repayment with the 2027 property taxes is 4.1%. The rate for 1-year assessments to be collected with property taxes in 2027 is 3.7%. The interest is calculated based on the unpaid balance, so the interest amount decreases slightly each year. Using the sample assessment calculation previously shown, divided up over 10 years, would result in an annual principal payment of $280. Adding in simple interest would bring the first annual payment to approximately $397. Each year, the amount will decrease until the last annual payment of approximately $294. There are two other options for people who want alternatives to those payment terms. If you wish to prepay the assessment to avoid paying interest, you can request a prepay invoice by contacting the Special Assessment Office. Note that you must pay in full. We do not accept partial payment. To request a prepay invoice, email the Special Assessment Office at pwspecialassessments@minneapolismn.gov, or you can call 612-673-2401 and leave a message. Your public hearing notice also lists this contact information. If you missed the opportunity to prepay before the November 15th deadline, you can still pay off the remaining balance at any time during the special assessment term to avoid paying some of the interest. To get the payoff amount, you can contact the Special Assessment Office, or visit eProperty, the special assessment portal, where you can view the current status of your special assessment. There is a deferment option available to seniors 65 and older, people with permanent and total disability, and certain military personnel. To qualify for this program, the property must be homesteaded and the assessment must be $750 or more. Please note that this only defers the payment until some point in the future. It does not reduce or get rid of the assessment. The amount is added to your property taxes and continues to accrue interest until the property is sold or changes homestead status. For more information on this program, please contact the Special Assessment Office. A public hearing is held before the proposed project and related special assessments are approved and adopted by City Council. Your public hearing notice lists the date and time of the hearing. You may attend the public hearing, but you are not required to take part in the public hearing. If you wish to object to the assessment, you may appear in person, write a letter and send it to the City Clerk's office, or email the City Clerk at councilcomment@minneapolismn.gov. We must receive your written objection no later than the date and time of the public hearing. Note that contesting using any of these options preserves your right to appeal to district court. If you have general questions about the assessment process or questions specific to your property's assessment, please email the Special Assessment Office at pwspecialassessments@minneapolismn.gov for more information. You can also call the Special Assessment Office at 612-673-2401 and leave a voicemail. Staff will return your call as soon as possible. If you have questions related to the project, such as when the work will be done, access issues during construction, and so on, please contact the project manager at the number listed in your public hearing notice letter. The City of Minneapolis has a public special assessment information portal, also known as eProperty. The system allows you to view your balance online. We are also configuring eProperty to accept online payments. Online payments were not available at the time that this video was made. A link will be posted to eProperty once online payments are available. If you would like to pay by check, please send a check via U.S. mail to the address listed on eProperty or contact the Special Assessment Office and request an invoice. Visit the Special Assessment page on the City of Minneapolis website to read more information about the new system and see all of our resources. There is also a Common Questions resource that may answer any questions you might have. If you still have questions, you can contact the Special Assessment Office. That wraps up the informational video for the City of Minneapolis Alley Construction Project Special Assessments. Thank you for taking the time to view this video.